Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Are we harvesting the rainwater? How many of you are from Kerala here? Kerala has highest rainfall. Sorry, at least. Not like Chirapunji. And today they are in Calicut, my friend yesterday called, we don't have drinking water. What is it you are doing? What your governments are doing? Why can't you do the pitting business and store the water? Rainwater harvesting? We don't do. Rather what we do? Go unnatural things. Cloud seeding, silver nitrate. What happened in Dubai last 15 days back? My brother lives there. He told me suddenly big rain, uncontrollable rain. What we are creating? Take seawater and filter it, desalinate it, use it. That is fine. But easy way is put silver nitrate and cloud seed it. And why silver nitrate? Small dust particles, right? Your aerosol kind of size, and they spray, splash, and water gets is hygroscopic, and water comes and clouds forms, and then you create a cool atmosphere. Then that's it. Once it condenses, it condenses. So the damage that we are causing, these global warming, the rise in temperature, right, has completely destroyed the ice glaciers. They are being melted. Mount Everest height is getting reduced. Do you know that? What is the reason? Himalayan basement is, why these sudden floods? If these days if you see, you'll suddenly see a big rainfall. Why? It wasn't the case. Because of the pockets of disturbance that you are creating locally. Okay? So, many things we can talk like this. So, you are producing so much of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide guy is like this. It will kill you, essentially. Because although oxygen is there, it is not in the form of breathable oxygen. And you will have suffocation. And you will eventually die if the concentration is beyond certain limit. Right? And it is the same case with ecosystem too. Of course, biosphere is green because of carbon dioxide, but it cannot be anything over. You cannot, inhale pure oxygen. Do you know that? Medical oxygen does have nitrogen, water vapor, many things. Pure oxygen they won't give you. Anything is excess is not good, right? Even I can eat only 3 idlis. 4th okay, 5th tough, 6th. Okay, fine. Now, let us see. Well, I explained all this, but look at this. Nitrogen is a scale 1, that is normalized, highest. With respect to that, next is oxygen, next is water vapor, CO2, methane, you see ppm level. High concentrations. Argon is here, neon, helium, krypton, xenon, very, very low concentrations. Okay, but where are these red line is there, right? This is all count to be this was 1%. And this 1% matters to us. Okay, and now you see, what are those 1% composed of? Argon, water vapor, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, methane, krypton, Fu, and CFCs. It's 1 into 10 to the minus 7%. What is the percentage? 1 into 10 to the minus 7%. And the damage it is caused, that's why I said, number of bad boys are very less in the society. But they create lot of nuisance, lot of turbulence, they destroy the complete atmosphere. Destroy one guy in the classroom who is nasty can spoil many guys, right? Put one monkey here in this classroom. What will happen? Entropy will be very high. And all of you will be suddenly become monkey. I mean, you will behave at least for some time. Hey, monkey, koranga. And then a lot of disturbance. And you will settle down, but the monkey will not. So you stop anything nuisance in terms of the chemistry, in terms of the radiation. We always try to establish equilibrium, but the equilibrium is always destroyed. Disturb. Le Chatelier principle, all of you have studied chemical equilibrium. What does it do? You increase the temperature, I will reduce the temperature. You increase the pressure, I will reduce the pressure. You do anything, I will undo. It's a crazy guy. I am exothermic, you increase the temperature. No, I will not go forward, I will go backward. Because I need to I need to establish a new equilibrium. So every time you tamper something, there will be disturbance, but still the system tries to come to the balance. It will form a balance, an equilibrium. But unfortunately, again you go and poke. Again you go and disturb. This is the bad boy's quality. Okay? So, now these bad boys actually, you can actually drink. They are absolutely harmless to you. They can't do anything to you. You can drink a glass of CFC. No problem. Yeah, it's like water. But the glass of CFC you release, that will kill you indirectly. Right? Okay, let us go. Greenhouse gases seems to be very low in the concentration. But why do they play a very vital role in the global warming? Is the question. Okay? Human activity started changing the composition of the air. I told you. What are those human activities? We will see. See, this is, how many of you can recognize that? London Bridge is falling down, London Bridge is falling down. You have studied, right? I have also studied. But I have studied when my son was reading. We don't know London Bridge and all those days. Now we have worked on that. That's a different thing. Okay? It is 1950. That's the first place where regional air pollution was identified. Okay? And next one. Acid rain. This sculpt is become like this. Because you are pouring a lot of acid. Right? Maybe the stone is made with something very, very reactive towards the acid. Right? Yeah. Not like everyone is sensitive, right? That stone may be really sensitive. Okay? Fine. Now, stratospheric. Okay? It started in 1985. You can see the hole. If you take the globe like this and see, it's a big hole from the bottom. It's completely gone. Right? It's a very, very sad. The area it is spread is about 27 million kilometers, square kilometers, to 30 million square kilometers. And I cannot hold, I am not Sri Krishna, right, to hold Govardhanagiri. No, that's not the case. So if you look at from the southern hemisphere, you go away and see, that is the case. If you go to the stratosphere and see, that's what you see. I mean, you have to have the spectrometers to see that. Not with the naked eye, you don't see any difference, but yeah. So, next one is the climate change. Now, globe is burning. We have come to a stage that we can burn the globe. We are living on this and burn this. Because we are thankless people, ruthless people. Whoever helps us, we smash them. We don't let them grow. Same thing. Earth is giving us life. Destroy the earth. Very sad. Cynical mindset. Come out of this. Right? See, you eat banana, throw the shell into the next door. But I am a very nice person. I eat jackfruit, I put the shell back to your home. Right? You have only thrown one banana shell, but I have thrown out one jackfruit. This is true with even the environment. You damage a little bit, it will give back so bad. What happened to Uttarakhand flood? You have seen the videos, right? What happened because of this mess? Prakriti Prakopam, what we call, right? You cannot tolerate that. Okay, fine. So, all these impacts of climate change and air pollution, this is the reflection of all these. Okay, now, what is air pollution? Air pollution is the introduction of harmful material into the atmosphere, causing damage to living organisms and to the environment. Can you see? Look at this. How many electrical poles I can count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all. Maybe 7th one. 7 into how many meters? 50 meters. 350 meters is the visibility. But if you are driving car, you cannot. Maximum 50 meters. Who is the culprit? And Delhi government, the central government tells you not to do the firecrackers in Deepavali. Purposefully they will go and purchase everything. I don't know why people sell and why. Again you do the same thing. And tomorrow you creep. What government can do? After all, government is a composition of some of us. Okay? Mass imbalance. Don't ever try to create. That's very, very bad to the ecosystem, right? Now, India Gate. Yeah, most of you have seen, some of you have not seen, but it's a, both of you are talking continuously, not good for both of you and to the class. I'll have to change your place. Okay, next time I see you, you will be out. Yeah, fine. So, now you see, what are these pollutants? Look at this. These pictures are very, by putting lot of efforts they have drawn this. Okay, it's not simply they have, see, agriculture, it produces volatile organic compounds. Factories, volatile organic compounds. Towns and homes, volatile organic, you can ask me where towns and homes are producing. Your mother is cooking a lot, tirelessly since morning. Morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, evening snacks, and also some many things, right? And maybe fathers, some fathers may be cooking. Okay, fine. And then ships and aeroplanes, somewhere it is there. And so all of them are producing this. And volcanic eruptions produces ammonia. And aeroplanes produces carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitric oxide, particulate matter. Here, this guy produces a lot of soot formation. What is the soot formation? When you combust the fuel, incomplete burning, you see Indian trucks. Huh? Black char. And that is nothing but soot. And this is very dangerous. You go to Sivakasi, okay, if anybody sneezes, black liquid comes because they are working on the fireworks. And not only the person who is working, the dust, particles are flyable. They just fly. They are in the air. That is called regional pollution. But it becomes global pollution when the diffusion happens. That entire thing, get moved away. The air winds are very strong, right? They take the pollution from one place to another place. Okay. And now secondary pollutants, these are all emitted ones, primary pollutants. What are secondary pollutants? SO3 will never be directly released. HNO3 is not, sulfuric acid is not, hydrogen peroxide is not, ozone is not. You are not releasing ozone actually. How much ozone? Well, little bit, but it gets decomposed. But, particulate matters, that is your aerosols and ammonium hydroxide, ammonium ions. Imagine these are all secondary pollutants. So, you are releasing something, you spoil this guy will spoil rest of the class. Yeah, because once your mind is screwed up, you will behave in that way only. And at least we have some sense what these molecules do have. No, it will do its job. What happened to Bhopal? 1981. Methyl isocyanate. If methyl isocyanate has life and it knows that if I go into the air, I will kill people, does it do? No, unless that guy is mad. Is all we have created. Union Carbide company. You know what is the penalty given? 10,000 rupees to that company. Anyway, so these are the pollutants. Next one. And now, what are aerosols? I told you, I will explain you. Right? You see, we are emitting from here. It goes. And then it nucleates. I told you, one join the hands with other one, third one join the hands with the other one, and it gets accumulated, nucleation, and then ultrafine aerosols, that is 0.01 microns, and then condensation and coagulation. That means, okay, we all bad guys join together. You are a bad guy, I am a bad guy, let us friends. Let's be friends. Some good aerosols are there, but good aerosols are very scarce, right? And now, then fine accumulation aerosol, that is 0.01 to 1 micron. And then it doesn't stop there. They get transported to the clouds, and clouds holds on, and then they rainfall, and they comes back, and again the equilibrium establishes, and it goes up to 10 micrometers. Very tiny size particles till big particles. Okay, this is something we have to be extremely careful. That's what, you create a small problem, it will become a very big issue tomorrow. Right? So, now you look at this. So, what is this? This particular thing tells you, this is chain aggregates, and then coagulation, primary particles, and then hot vapor, condensation, and then they move to condensation, growth of nuclei, and homogeneous nucleation, low volatility vapor, and conversion of gases to low volatility vapor. See, all these things happens, and finally droplets gets formed. And the size you see, 0.002 microns till 100 micrometers. And finally wind blow dust and emission and the sea spray, volcanic eruptions and plant particles, these are all emitted from this source. And finally they exchange with the rain out. So they form, they get exchanged. Actually, ecosystem is balanced in such a way that you create any mess. I told you, you create some disturbance that tries to get equilibrate. Again you create again. So, but meanwhile, in the process of getting into equilibrium, we get a slab. Every time we get a slab. Because energy balance has to happen. Right? Okay, fine. Now aerosols, you see, can you believe aerosols can be of 10 centimeter size? You can see 10 centimeters is this how? 7 centimeters? But we don't call them aerosols by per se. Okay. Now you see that coronavirus falls in this region. Right? And that is 100 microns. Right? But the problem is, coronavirus at the time, you know why it was so much of spread happened? If everyone was wearing mask, why did it happen? It spread in the air. Later people understood. It started spreading over the atmosphere. And you inhale oxygen and your immunity is down. Over. Got it, caught it and gone. Take the ticket, flight ticket and forever. Many people, right? Very unfortunate. It's the only takeoff, no landing. Okay. So this is the coronavirus, that is 500 microns, 1 micron, maximum 1 micrometer. Okay. And then this is natural and anthropogenic sources. I told you this is the primary emission from here, and secondary aerosol formation, and they again come back. Problem is, I told you, whatever goes around comes around. Whatever you give, you will get the same. You torture one person today, you will be tortured by another person tomorrow. You hamper the atmosphere hampers you back. You plant lot of trees, you get Padma Shri. No, seriously, one lady at 104 years, right? She was given Padma Shri. What a great recognition. That's what, you do good, you will get good. Clear? Boys and girls? So what is the lesson from here? we should only do good to the person or to the atmosphere or to the environment or to the neighbor. You eat banana, put the banana shell in the dustbin, not in the neighbor's home. You put in neighbor's home, he will put you back the jackfruit. I told you, because they are very kind. I am very generous. If somebody does it to me, I will put one jackfruit. Why 1? 10. After taking the, that shells inside, fruit inside. You eat. Enjoy. Huh? Okay. Fine. All right. Now let us talk about it. Who is the father? Where is the father, this fellow? Yeah. Cigarette smoke. Tirelessly sitting and smoking. Uffo. And what is that? Nicotine? It's not just nicotine. Some idiots smoke like crazy. And my father, one of such person. I used to fight with him. I stopped talking to him because it's nasty. And he died of that finally. What did he achieve? You have such high quality air, man. You breathe that. Why do you want that? Uffo? You see what I am saying here is 4,000 chemicals bloody it comes from the cigarette smoking man. Can you believe? It's not just nicotine. And where is Amma cooking? Amma is where? Where is the kitchen? This is a house, man. This is a car. Of course, you know what it emits. This is fire. This one? Amma is tirelessly cooking. And what will happen? This cooking alone, chemicals from cleaning products. And where is that? Cooking products are not there. So they are so kind. But you see, all these gases are released into, your pets. Pets will have all this. Combustion of gas. Here, combustion of gases, I think it included. So we are eating food on one side and we are also releasing carbon dioxide and everything. But it is a natural process. That's okay. How much we can produce? 7 billion people. Maybe 8 billion altogether. Let us say. 8 billion is nothing for this earth. But what we have created, CFCs. Cool down. We are cool here, hot outside. See, energy has to be balanced, right? You are cooling here means what? Somewhere it is getting heated up. We should realize that. The heat is so unbearable and devastation, right? And now you see, what is this? Sources are given here, pollutants are given here. Let us not get into those details, but I want to say, unvented gas, kerosene heaters, and these are the very, very dangerous things. Carbon dioxide, I'll tell you one example. Tobacco smoke produces all this. I'll tell you one example. When I was a student in IISc Bangalore, I had an incident. There is a movie called Pushpak. Kamal Hassan's movie, right? Pushpaka Vimanam in Telugu. A very nasty movie anyway. It's a good, very enjoyable, entertainable movie. That was picturized there in that hotel, Windsor Manor. The bridge is there. Under the bridge, there was a huge rain one day. One car got trapped. One family was traveling. And engine got switched off. Engine was on. They were listening. I think the water goes away and they wanted to go. And they never could come out. You know why? The carbon monoxide which was generated, the exhaust pipe was below the water level. So they know that they should not turn off the engine. Once you turn off, you cannot. They could have come out and walked. They sat in the car and carbon monoxide increased. They got into coma and they died. All 4. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. You wouldn't know because it doesn't tell you. First you will have a mild headache and immediately you should see the room is closed. You should come out of it. And unfortunately it will not let you because it will make you lazy and drowsy and you will sleep and go into coma and die. What carbon monoxide does with your body? Irreversibly binds with hemoglobin, iron, particularly iron, right? You know all that. Cyanide and all those chemistry you know. Very good. Now you see. See, outdoor air pollutants are about, people are dying about 4.2 millions. And cooking stoves. How many of you have seen your granny's parties are cooking in villages? How many of you are from village background? You go to village, you will see some people still use the, the wood and all that, sawdust and all to cook. That creates lot of pollution, you know that? And then the 3.8 million people. And then, the rest of the activities are about, if you look at 29% as lung cancer, 24% as smoke, and all this together, it is close to Chennai population. Every year the number of people dying because of pollution is close to Chennai population. Every 1 year, one Chennai is gone. Seriously, if you were to believe, this is the number. At least these are the reported numbers. Corona, how many people died in this country? I am on record, I cannot say. But how many are reported? Simple example, no smashan in this country was freely available any day for about several months. If that reflects the numbers reported, you can imagine. Certainly not. So, this is only reported deaths. Unreported deaths are plenty because of the pollution. Right? And now, deaths from air pollution, Afghanistan is number 1, Canada is least. Where is India? I believe those numbers must be corrected. I wouldn't say they are wrong, but they must be corrected. Highly diplomatic. Right? Okay. So, where is USA? Do you think they... Huh? Very less. Actually true. If you go there, you will see the all kind of protection they take when they start an industry, when they start many things. You cannot buy the law there. It will be very, very expensive to do anything over there. Right? Yeah. And Japan, you see, the most cleanest country that I find is Finland. Really? They are not even listed here. Okay? And now, chemistry and transportation, as I told you. So I release and it VOCs and oxidizes, and then further it forms ozone formation and then carbonyl compounds, RONO2, and they transport this. All this comes onto clouds. It's a cyclic process. It's a cyclic process. They produce many unwanted stuff and they are taken care, but what is left out is the energy, and what is left out are the aerosols. Okay? You should not sleep, my dear student. No, you are. Okay? Now, unwanted aerosols will come out, but they do lot of scattering. You know, the scattering happens because of the aerosols, right? And energy scatters and many things, right? Therefore, the pollution is at high level because of all these, secondary organic compounds and aerosols. Okay? And now, I will show you in daytime what is important. Sunlight is plenty. Okay, I will tell you. Ozone is O3 plus O. You don't know what are the term symbols, I will not worry about it. This O, okay, H2O plus O, 2OH. This is the daytime chemistry. Sorry, you are feeling cold? You should sit the other way around. You sit in the corner. Then go there somewhere. Okay. Someone wearing a hood in the middle of May in Chennai is weird. Okay. Fine. So, if you look at entire chemistry is targeted to or from OH. and another one is HO2. That is H2O2. If you take hydrogen, what forms is HO2? Radical, peroxide radical, right? And these two plays a very vital role, and you form all kinds of organic compounds because of this cycle. Okay? And then this is RO2, NO2. This one you see RO2 is formed. What is R? RH if you take. Okay, suppose OH reacts with this radical plus O2. It forms RO2, and then it reacts with NO2, RO2, NO2, and this guy gets carried away from highly polluted regions to rural areas and get decomposed to ozone. This is called peroxyalkyl nitrate. Peroxyalkyl nitrates, and they get transported from urban area, I mean the polluted urban areas to the unpolluted rural areas. But once they, in the process, they produce the ozone in the troposphere. That's very bad. Therefore, they are secondary pollutants. Okay, ozone. That's why ozone is produced mostly by secondary means. Every molecule that you generate, you release into the atmosphere, they end up in producing carbon monoxide and HCHO. That is formaldehyde. Yeah, this is H, right? Yeah, and then carbon monoxide mostly. That's you cannot divide them further. But in the process, they produce lots of compounds, all varieties of organic derivatives. Not the salts, because they don't have the cation counterpart. Otherwise, you start with acetylene, you see the entire Morrison and Boyd textbook there. All chemicals there, right? Right? You follow CBSE books, right? But you had this Morrison and Boyd, Jerry Marchand. You have seen, yeah, these are organic chemistry, standard books. Okay, fine. Now, and this was nighttime chemistry. This is interesting. You think that no chemistry happens there. This NO2, this is why we put bat here. But this guy is very angry. Okay, this guy is cool. But all NO3, all these chemistry, eventually they form the nitric acid. Because nitrogen is plenty. So acid rains are possible. Right? So ozone formation mostly happens in the daytime, and acid rains formation happens mostly in the night time. Okay? And now, heterogeneous chemistry I told you, right? And a water droplet, you see, this is all the compounds penetrate. It's a big chemistry now. Particles of micron size. People think that, see, once you bubble, you take methane. Bubble water vapors, water in the methane gas. You will see all kind of compounds. Methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, methane, ethylene, butane, all primary volatile organic compounds you will find. You know why? Just bubbling. There's a lot of energy dissipation happens when the bubble ruptures. Shock waves gets formed. A lot of energy is instantaneously available, and the molecules gets produced. It's very surprising. It's the latest chemistry, and that is on the surface. But if these molecules go into the bubbles, what will happen is the chemistry what people are working. This is a very serious affair. People are worrying about it. Okay. On the surface of water droplets, whatever chemistry you do, it is the heterogeneous chemistry. But inside, once they go inside the bubble, it can be homogeneous, but still in the heterogeneous environment. Okay. And now, one thing I want to tell you is, see, if the compound moves from, you produce the compound at Marina Beach, let us say. Let us allow the molecule to grow for about, let the compound travel about 10,000 kilometers. You know how long it will survive for that? Hundreds of years. CFCs, if you look at, they are 640 years free on 12. That is CCl2F2. 640 years it will survive in the atmosphere. That means one molecule, once you release into the atmosphere, the guy will survive for about 640 years and keep on damaging the stuff.